guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be talking about video game backlog and why do I still want to have more? And that just seems to be kind of a fun thing that a lot of YouTubers, especially people who collect games and stuff, they bring this topic up quite a bit. In that there's always that kind of backlog of games that you've just never got around to. They're sitting on your shelf, and then somehow you still want to buy more games. And I kind of thought about this because, well, I did a couple of videos where I talked about, collecting stuff and buying old games for the sake of it, or, the whole nostalgia thing. I've also talked about when I got the Odyssey 2, and, it kind of branched into a topic about getting into systems you're not familiar with, maybe branching out of what you're already used to playing. Like I did a video where I was talking about, sticking with Nintendo and television and Atari, like the stuff that I grew up with, and I don't typically go outside that little bubble. But anyways, yeah, I was thinking about this because I was having a chat with somebody on Facebook, a buddy, and he's got some Odyssey 2 games that he's trying to get rid of. He's got some doubles. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I could use some more games. And then I was thinking at the same time, I'm like, but then again, I did get quite a few games that I haven't even plugged them in yet. Like, I don't know, I got, 6, 7, 8 games sitting there. When I did the video on the Odyssey, I kind of showed off all the games that I got with the system. And so far I've done 2 videos where I played 2 different games. And so I have all these other ones still sitting there. And now I'm looking at getting another lot of maybe 7 or 8 games. And that's what made me kind of think about it. I'm like, I'm buying games, and yet I haven't even finished or even tried the games I have. But then it's like, it's not just with the Odyssey, it's with a lot of things. Like, I was talking about ColecoVision at one point, saying I need to start playing more ColecoVision. Because I got a lot of great ColecoVision games, and I still need to get around to playing them. Like, well, this is Burger Time. I remember I picked this one up. I think I did a video on it a long time ago, but I haven't really revisited it since then. And it's a pretty okay version. And of course, there was the Atari 400 I picked up a while ago. This is Missile Command. Not one of my favorites, but, it's a cool game. But again, I picked up a bunch of games, but I never really got too heavily into playing a lot of them. And even still, I feel like I want to get more of these games. There's lots of titles that came out for this system that I haven't yet tried to explore. And of course, I did show this game before. The this is Ghostbusters for the Sega Master System. I picked this up at a retro gaming show about 4 years ago, I think it was. It was kind of a long time ago. Well, maybe even longer, because, well, I have to think the last 3 years have been the whole COVID thing. So it was before then. And I remember picking this up. I still have the sticker on there, $25 the guy was asking. I think I got it for less. I bargained with the guy. But I have yet to put this into my Sega Master System. And I don't know why. It looks cool. Maybe because it's just the backlog of games that I want to play. And maybe it's the time that I have to play them. I kind of think back to the good old Nintendo days. When I was a teenager and I had my Nintendo hooked up in my bedroom. And I was playing all the time. But there was certain games that I have that, like Metroid. This is a classic game. Everybody knows Metroid if you play Nintendo. I don't think I've played it very much. I bought the cartridge. I was, I got to get into this game and explore it a little bit. And I don't think I've played much. I think I did a video on it a while back where I was kind of sucking at the game. But I don't really, it's not a game that I've put in my Nintendo and play it a lot. I don't know why. And this one here, this is, I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to see. The label's kind of all over the place. Zoda's Revenge, Star Tropics 2. Now, Star Tropics was a game that I remember buying and playing the heck out of it, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it. I played it till I completed it. There's just so much about it that was awesome. And then when I found out there was a sequel, I thought, well, I need to get that sequel. I need to get it. and I got it, and I don't think I spent much time on this, honestly. I think I played like for about maybe, 20 minutes at most. I got to a point where I was stuck, and I kind of put it away. And it was just been sitting on my shelf ever since then, which is weird. You'd think that I would want to play this, but backlog, I guess, is it really a thing? Do we really have this backlog, or is it just we just want to keep playing something new? Like, there's a lot of other games that I've been thinking about, even on my channel, just exploring. And like I said before, there was like other systems like the Jaguar, and even getting into some of the PlayStation. Like, I have a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2. That's about as far as my PlayStation experience goes. And there are a ton of games. Like, I go into the retro gaming store, and there's a ton of games that I see, even some of the ones that I have barely played with. When I first got my PlayStation, I got Tomb Raider, and I was pretty terrible at it. But I played it for a bit, and then I put it away. Then there was other games that, well, some of the titles I picked up were more retro-style games, so those were okay. But there was a lot of other games I ended up grabbing that I think I don't even know if I've even opened them yet. Like, they just literally went into the shelf at the time, whatever I was putting my games in, and I just never got around to playing it. And so it makes you wonder, like, should I be buying more games when I have all these other games to kind of revisit, go back and play and master? Even for the Intellivision, there's a lot of great games that I have on the Intellivision that I want to always replay, but I never get around to doing it. So I wonder how you are feeling in this regards, because I'm sure right now you're probably thinking, there's a lot of games that I have for systems that I just don't get around to playing. And perhaps they're sitting on your shelf right now. There's probably Sega Genesis games and Nintendo NES, the Nintendo 64. I mean, so many times I keep thinking about all these, like, I don't have a whole pile. Like, I have like a little pile, a little modest pile of Nintendo 64 games, and yet I hardly ever hook that system up to play it. I know that it exists on the Nintendo Switch. You can go on the Nintendo account thing. I believe there's the N64 thing, but you have to pay more money for it. But otherwise, I mean, I have a Nintendo 64, and as far as I know, it works. I have the game sitting there. And another one, Super Nintendo. Another great system to explore, and there's so many games in there that I have that I should be playing, but I don't know. I think it possibly could be time. I think it could be there's just too many. And yet, I still want to buy more games. I don't get it. Anyways, I want to hear what you have to say. Throw some comments down below. Let me know of your video game backlog. Is it really a thing? And are there games that you want to go back and play? Because I can keep thinking of multiple things, like my Commodore 64. I got a whole disc. Like, I got it right here. Right here. And it's dusty. These are all Commodore 64 games. And each disc is like 3, 4 to 10 games on there. That's a lot of games. I mean, come on. And that's just in here. That's like, one little box of games for one computer. Anyways, let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. Hope you subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.